What's up, everybody? WiseGuyBets here with some DFS picks for today, Thursday, 7/29/2021. We're going to look at the DraftKings main slate. We got 5 games on the slate, not many games at all. So your picks tonight got to be on point. They got to be tight. We don't have no room for error tonight. So let's get right into it and look at the pitcher position. At pitcher, I'm looking at Joe Musgrove for San Diego. His projection on that is 16.6 fantasy points. He has 123 strikeouts on the season. He's pitching around 4.2 innings per game. His last 3 games, fantasy point-wise, 16, 2, and 17. The Rockies are actually batting around 239 against him, 11 for 46. His last 5 against the Rockies are 16, 2, 0, 41, and 16. Salary's 8,200. I like his salary. I like his success against the Rockies. I think he's someone who can get us 20 fantasy points tonight if he can get about 6 innings in. I think he definitely meets or slightly exceeds the 16.6 of his projection. So Joe Musgrove is someone I definitely want to try to get in my lineup tonight at the pitcher position. Let's look at the catcher position. At catcher, I'm looking at Omar Narvaez for Milwaukee. His projection on that is 7.7 fantasy points. He has 9 home runs on the season. He's batting 291. He's getting around 3.1 at bats per game. His last 3 games have been 0, 25, and 10. Salary's 3,700. I like that. He's 1 for 4 against the pitcher he's facing, 1 single. His last 5 against Pittsburgh are 0, 23, 0, 25, and 10. I like that more. He's playing well against Pittsburgh. They're on the road at Pittsburgh, but I still like Mr. Narvaez in his position, especially for the salary. I think he meets the 7.7. At this salary, he meets the 7.7. I'm good. I think he slightly exceeds it. So Omar Narvaez is someone I want to get into my lineup tonight at the catcher position. Let's look at the first base position. At first base, I'm going with Miguel Cabrera for Detroit. His projection on the night is 8.3. He has 8 homers on the season. He's batting 239. He's getting around 3.7 at bats per game. His last 3 games are 3, 16, 4, and 14. He's 3,300. I especially like his salary going against Baltimore. I like that. Over-under run projection is 10. So he may get about 5 at bats if things go the way it's supposed to. Do not like his last 5 against Baltimore, which is 5, 0, 2, 2, and 0. But I do like his last 5 games overall, which are 2, 11, 3, 16, and 14. He's playing well over his last 5 games. I think he makes significant contact with the ball tonight, which can get him some hits. Again, with Miguel Cabrera, we just get hits. We don't get stolen bases or anything like that. So, hey, I like him in this position tonight against Baltimore in home. Let's look at the second base position. At second base, I'm looking at Wong for Milwaukee. His projection on that is 8.3 fantasy points. He's got 8 homers on the season. He's batting 295. He's getting around 3.8 at bats per game. His last 3 games, fantasy point-wise, is 3, 10, and 7. He's 4,200 on DraftKings. They're on the road at Pittsburgh. He's 1 for 13 against the pitcher, so he hasn't had great success against his pitcher. He is batting the leadoff position. His last 5 against Pittsburgh is 5, 12, 0, 7, and 10. His last 5 overall, 14, 14, 3, 10, and 7. I like him in this position tonight. I like the matchup, even though he hasn't had much success against the pitcher. I think it's coming. So Mr. Wong is someone I want to get into my lineup tonight at the second base position. Let's look at the third base position. I'm looking at Manny Machado for San Diego. His projection on that is 8.7 fantasy points. He has 18 homers on the season. He's batting 278. He's getting around 3.6 at bats per game. His last 3 games, fantasy point-wise, 17, 21, and 5. He's averaging 9 fantasy points on the season. He's expensive. It's 5,100 if you play him. This is possibly a core play. He's 8 for 23 against the pitcher he's facing with 4 singles, 4 doubles. I think it's about time for him to go yard against his pitcher. You know, he's had decent success against him. He's batting 348. Eventually, he's going to take one out of the park on him, and maybe that will happen tonight. His last 5 against Colorado is 7 14, 14, 0, and 0. His last 5 overall are 9, 0, 17, 21, and 5. I like him in this position. I say again, if you play him with his salary, I think he's a possible core play. And Manny Machado is someone I'm definitely looking to get in my lineup tonight at the third base position. Let's look at the shortstop position. At shortstop, I'm looking at Ramon Urias for Baltimore. His projection on that is 8.4 fantasy points. He has 4 homers on the season. He's batting .284. He's getting around 2.9 at bats per game. His last 3 games are 2, 7, and 18. His salary is $3,000. I like that. I like the over-run projection of 10. He's batting 7th in the lineup, so that's something to look at. He has no previous at-bats against Detroit. His last 5 overall are 14, 0, 2, 7, and 18. I like him because he's playing well and unknown facing a pitcher who, his on-base percentage against righties is .901, and I like that, as a possible advantage for him against the pitcher he's facing tonight. So I think he meets the 8.4 and maybe exceeds it a little. But I think he definitely meets the 8.4 projection. And with the over-under run total of 10, we're looking at probably 4 to 5 at-bats. And that gives him more chances to get on base and do more things. So Mr. Urias is someone I'm definitely trying to get in my lineup tonight at the shortstop position. In the outfield, I'm looking at Hernandez for Toronto. His projection on that is 8.2 fantasy points. He has 15 homers on the season. He's batting .290. He's getting around 3.9 at bats per game. His last 3 games fantasy point wise is 7, 5, and 0. He's averaging 9 fantasy points per game. And I do like him coming off the 0. I think he will play much better. Again, his salary kind of puts you in a situation where you may have to use him as a core in your lineups. He's 7 for 9 against the pitcher he's facing. 3 singles, 1 double, 3 home runs. I like that. 3 home runs and 19 at bats. So the numbers say he's doing well against his pitcher, and I think he does well again tonight. His last 5 against Boston are 5, 2, 17, 5, and 0. His last 5 overall are 0, 34, 5. 7, 5, and 0. So I do like him coming off that 0. So he is definitely someone I want to get into my lineup tonight. Also in the outfield, and let me go back to the shortstop position real quick. Another player I was looking at who could be a very obvious choice, and if you use him, he's definitely a core play because of his salary. That's Fernando Tatis Jr., who is coming off a 0. Usually if he has a bad game, he comes back strong. Next game usually give you double-digit fantasy points. And so Fernando Tatis Jr. is someone you definitely want to look at also getting into your lineup if you can. So those are my picks for today. Go ahead and hit that like button if my picks help you, and subscribe to my channel so you know when new videos are posted, and that gives me the opportunity to be able to continue creating these high quality videos. So until the next video, peace.